'Twas a dark and stormy night. Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokémon Liquid Crystal. Last time, we finished up our adventures in the Orange Islands. We got all the way to the end of the current story in the beta, and so with that, that wraps up every single story thing that we can do in the current version of the game. And I'm pretty sure I mean it this time. This time, now that we have done all that, we are going to be going back for one last little bonus episode for things that I never covered in the original series. Now, I'm pretty sure nothing in this episode was actually added since episode 105. It was stuff that was in the game already that I just never showed. I put out a request for anything that I should show for this kind of video, and I've aggregated it into 4 main things that we're going to be doing. The first thing we're doing here is at the Lake of Rage. I am told that there is a dive spot somewhere out here in this lake that will give us something pretty interesting. I do have to admit, I don't actually know where it is or what it is that we are looking for, so should be interesting to see what we can find. And yes, I am recording this the day before it goes up again, but I feel like the dark and stormy aspect of it gives it a little bit of an interesting kick that it wouldn't have had before, so kind of amusing that. Aha, right here. We can dive to the bottom. If we dive down, let's see what we find. I don't actually know. We have Repel's effect wearing off, of course, so let's head into the bag. Throw up another repel. Again, I don't know if stuff appears in these underwater caves. I assume it does. So let's just head all the way through here, and we have, at the end, a meteorite. This meteorite serves no purpose in the game as far as I'm aware. As far as I can guess, I hypothesize that it is for an event involving Deoxys that is currently not in the game, because there is no way in the game to actually obtain Deoxys. But I have a feeling if it does get added in the future, that is probably what that meteorite is for. Now, as for the rest of this little bit right here, it looks like it's just the shore. Not really much anything of interest right here. Anyway, with that, the next thing I would like to show is actually over in Cherrygrove City. So we're just going to be flying over there really quick. And you're probably going to be noticing a trend with these things I'm going to be showing. Pretty much every single one of them is tied to something that isn't in the game yet, and it's just a complete dead end, as it were. Wow, this goes right over to Route 32. That's pretty interesting, actually. Anyway, this is Route 32, which is right by Goldenrod, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But what we're actually looking for, that someone pointed out in a comment a long time ago... Ooh, there's an item. Easily distracted, am I? A hyper potion, very nice. But yes, I believe if we look on our map, we are... Okay, we're over here, which is interesting. Alright, let's see, what is it exactly that we are looking for? Well, apparently, there's a house on an island somewhere around here in the ocean. Now, I don't know exactly where it is, I don't know what it's for, I just know that it is somewhere. Looks like we have a bit of an island right here, which is interesting. Now, I don't plan on fighting any trainers in this episode, just because I really have no reason to. And where on earth is this thing, anyway? You know, since I don't plan on fighting any trainers, I think we're just going to fast for... Unless this is it right here. This might be it right here. Alright, so we're gonna set up our repel, and yep, this is it. Awesome. This is indeed it. Can we dive here? No, it's just shaded for some reason. Anyway, heading right up here, the text is completely gone, and the door is locked shut with an expensive-looking lock. Better not try and force it. Again, as far as I can tell from my research, this also doesn't do anything. We have a red scarf right here. Although, I seem to recall someone mentioning online that there are uncompleted scripts involving this area, and trying to force them to trigger will simply cause the game to crash. So, it's looking like there's going to be something here at some point, but as of right now, there is absolutely nothing. If anyone is wondering, if we open up the map, it is... Oh, well, that's not very helpful. It's in this general vicinity, is basically what I'm saying right there. Anyway, now that we have done that, I want to take another flight. I want to fly over to, believe it or not, New Barktown, where everything in our journey began. Man, that was a long, long time ago. If we count the time from the first episode's release to now, this is easily my longest Let's Play, unless we count Minecraft. Alright, I want to chuck up another repel, if my D-pad could register. There we go. Super repel. People might be wondering why I bought super repels. They're actually more cost efficient, believe it or not. Can you dive here? You can, okay. I'm pretty sure this is just going to take me to the undersea cavern, which stretches under pretty much everything in the region. So I think we've explored most of this area already earlier in the LP, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously there isn't anything too interesting here, because my research didn't lead me to find anything, and no one commented about it. There is one thing in the undersea cavern that we're going to be going over in the next video, though, just to tie up any loose ends regarding that. Anyway, right here we have the Lost Woods. If we open up our map again, we are about to enter this little area right here. This area is weird. It's like a big, gigantic maze, and there's like weird sounds playing in the background. I believe what we have to do is we have to trigger certain sounds or something like that. It's very bizarre. So what we need to do is we need to run around until we hear all those sounds, I suppose, and then that will trigger something to happen, which could take a little while. Alright, let's see. How long should we be expecting this to take? What does this say? Oh, does it just loop around? Oh, wow, there's a trainer here. Derp. I think I've gone too far out of town. Alright, we haven't heard this battle music in a long time. How long has it been since we fought someone in the Johto region? A long time. And also, one amusing fact is you can technically fight anyone around here as soon as you get Surf, which means this is a very, very trivially easy fight. But I mean, trivial fights are always nice every once in a while. Alright, got Weepin' Bell coming out here. Gonna use a cut on that one, just sweep right on through it. Very good. And next up we have Nidorino. I do not want to switch, derp. Alright. So, it is worth noting there is only one episode left after this, and that is the episode for the Type Master Dojo. And it's worth noting I'm not actually going to be doing the Type Master Dojo, but I have gone through other videos of the Type Master Dojo to aggregate as much information as I can about it, because unfortunately I was not able to get any trainer editors to work with Liquid Crystal, meaning I was not able to peek into the game data to get full information on this feature, so I was just forced to poke through whatever I could to see what kind of information I could piece together. Alright, now I'm curious, where does this come out? It comes out... Oh, we were just over here. Yep. Alright, so if we head back over here, we can head through, right? Yes, we can. Alright, so it sounds like that sound plays when we have goofed, as it were, so it looks like we have to just run around this area until we trigger the correct sequence, if I'm correct. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of... Alright, that one's good. Let's see. I have no idea how long this area is going to take to navigate. It could be a little while to take, to say the least. If I screw up too much, I think I'll just fast forward, and you guys can just follow my route, because if I keep messing up, eventually I am going to get it right. So let's try this way. Okay. This way? Oh boy, this is gonna be rough. You know what? Instead of doing that, I think I am going to cut away and see if I can find a tutorial for this area, because I have a feeling trial and error is going to take a lot of time, which I do not have, so I will be right back. Alrighty, I am back. I have found a video online that does go through this entire area, but the route is very, very long. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be speeding up and playing whatever fitting music pops into my head, and I'm going to be following this route as close as I can, and hopefully I don't screw it up. So kick back, relax, and follow my movements closely, because this is gonna be an interesting one. Alrighty, there we go, and Repel's effect wore off almost instantly, but we got a nice little sound right there. So if we cast up the Repel, I'm pretty sure we now have free reign to run back this way, and this area will have opened up. Now, I have gotten several comments in the past asking what the point of this area is. Well, according to a video I have found online, same video actually, Suicune will actually show up at this area if and only if you failed to catch it at the Tin Tower. I succeeded in catching it at the Tin Tower, therefore that event will not occur for me. But if you have messed up catching Suicune at the Tin Tower, it will actually appear right in the spot where I'm standing and will instantly challenge you upon entering the area. It is at level 60, which is pretty sweet. Anyway, with that, the last area I want to go is actually over in the Kanto region, so I have to fly off and take a train. So I'm going to do that, and I will be right back. Alrighty, here we are in Cerulean City for one last little thing. You can probably guess what this one last little thing is, but in case you can't, I won't spoil it for you in the 2 seconds it is going to take me to walk over there. So what we want to do is we want to head all the way over this way. You probably know exactly where we're going, but the suspense is always nice. Alright, cast up another Super Repel, and then we want to head down this way to Route 24, and get back on... I always de-surf right there when I know it's not the right way. Want to head all the way around this way, de-surf accidentally, hop right on here. Now I'm curious, is the Berserk Gene here? It doesn't seem to be. Oh well. Anyway, head right over here, and inside we have, surprise surprise, Cerulean Cave, which is the last area that we are going to be exploring in this episode. And once again, it's not really all that great, I'll be perfectly honest. And I'll be honest, I also don't remember exactly how to navigate this area. There is one item in particular I am really trying to find in here, and once we find that item, I am going to declare our exploration of the area complete, just because everything else is really an item that is not of consequence, like this escape rope, which I have like 10 of already, so we don't really have to concern ourselves with it. Although the item I do want to get is pretty deep into this area, so once we do find it, we'll probably have seen most of Cerulean Cave. And I have to say, I am really glad that they added areas like Cerulean Cave and Viridian Forest into Heart Gold and Soul Silver, even though they weren't in the originals. I just really like that they did that. It made me really happy to see the game expanded in that sort of way. Alrighty, anyway, got a lot of Rock Smash to do in this area, and also it is worth noting, it is currently a dark and stormy night outside as well, so if there's a little bit of background noise, I do apologize for that. I didn't know it was going to start raining. I was expecting it to not rain until a little bit later, but oh well, what are you going to do? Red shard, decent little item right there, and I do have to come clean on something. The Lost Woods, yeah, I screwed that up twice before actually successfully doing it, so yeah, I'm not that infallible YouTuber, although nobody is. Got a max repel right there, which is really pretty much useless for me, considering I've got like 50 super repels anyway. Alright, let's loop right around this way, and it looks like this way is probably where we want to wind up going. What's this? A guard special, which I believe prevents criticals, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly what it does. I think that's what it does. I don't know. I never used the X items in Pokemon games. Ever. Like, pretty much the instant I get them, I sell them just because I don't use them. Got a max ether right there, which is actually a really, really good item. One thing I do have to wonder, though, is there is a group in Pokemon Sun and Moon called, and I don't know how to pronounce it, it's got the A-E in it, so my inclination as a longtime Minecraft player is to say Aether Foundation, but the Japanese version says Ether Foundation, and other people say Ether Foundation, so I have no clue how to pronounce it. So if anyone wants to weigh in on that in the comments, please feel free to go ahead, although it is a pretty trivial debate at the moment, and I'm pretty sure all three of those are at least somewhat commonly used pronunciations of the word. I don't know. Anyway, we're really cranking through these super repels. I've already used like 14 for this video, because I cast one up immediately before starting recording. So, yeah, that's an interesting little factoid right there. Alright, let's get around this way, maybe? Something tells me I'm going all the wrong ways, but the nice thing about going all the wrong ways is that you don't have to backtrack into dead ends to make sure you didn't miss anything, because you hit all the dead ends the first time. Because that's how I like to play my Pokemon games, is coming through and grabbing everything, which I know I haven't done for this series, but honestly, in the interest of the video, it's probably a good thing that I set it up that way. Alright, this heads down into the basement, which is interesting. Continues to loop around. I guess we're at least halfway done with our exploration of this area at the moment. We got an item right here. Very nice. Hopefully my bag doesn't fill up. I feel like I emptied it out. Of course. You know, it's a paralyzed heal. I'm just going to leave it. I don't need it. And of course I jinx it. As soon as I say I think I've got enough inventory space, I don't. It's a curse. It truly is. Man, Diamond and Pearl did things right with infinite inventory space. That was a good decision on their part. Anyway, head right over here. I think this is about the end of the area. I think there's at least one portion of the area I've missed, but oh well. Right here, hidden item, is a DNA sample. Anyone who's played FireRed and Leaf Green would know that this is normally where Mewtwo shows up. However, this time you get a DNA sample, so very similar to the meteorite at the Lake of Rage. It's pretty clear that this item is tied to an as-of-yet unimplemented event involving Mewtwo and perhaps Mew, because neither one of those Pokemon are actually obtainable in Liquid Crystal at the moment, to the best of my knowledge. So, yeah, that's the story behind that. So, there's all this unimplemented, unfinished stuff in Liquid Crystal, and it makes me really disappointed because it looks like this game either will never get completed or will not be completed for a very long time, and I think we actually have explored all of this area. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Anyway, that DNA sample is what I came here for. There's nothing else in this area of worth grabbing. Alright, let's just use our escape rope right here and head out. And with that, I think that will conclude every last little thing that I wanted to cover in this little bonus episode. We covered the Lake of Rage and the mysterious meteorite, the Cerulean Cave and the mysterious DNA sample, the Lost Woods and what you could do there if you screwed up Suicune at the Tin Tower, which I did not, and then the Mystery House by Cherrygrove, which as far as I'm concerned does absolutely nothing at all and probably won't until the game gets updated specifically to address that. There is one last thing, though, that I haven't covered, and that is the Type Master Dojo, and as I have indicated in the past, both in this video and in past videos, we are going to be doing that next time. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys, with all the redundancy that goes along with it, next time.